Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to Team Big Plays. I have another deck profile for you today. We are going to be doing Zombie Control, brought to you by my friend Ka here at the side deck. So the point of this, obviously, is functioning around Zombie World, so you can rivalry, so that way, you know, your opponent's kind of sad because then they can't bring out anything else. But yeah, let's get straight into the deck profile. So, 3 Ash. It's Ash. Pretty simple. Then your boss monsters, you're gonna run 2 Balderrock and 2 Golden Lord. Balderrock is obviously your main control card. So when you have Zombie World on the field, everything zombies, you get a banish as well as you get a negate. Then Eldritch is kind of your backup plan that you're gonna want to discard off of something like Unizombie, just in case you're not actually able to fully make the Doom King. You could mess around with this a little more, probably throw in some more of the Eldritch engine if you really wanted to. This is more of a zombie style variant rather than leaning so heavily on the Eldritch. Then, let's see, 2 extenders. You got Gozuki and Mizuki. Mizuki you can banish to revive any of your zombies, and then this can send off your Mizuki so that way you can revive, or it can send off anything else that you need. 2 Glow Up Bulb. Because when Glow blooms in the graveyard, you can get out your Balderrock. And then 2 Necro World Banshee, because this searches out your Zombie World. So generally, you're going to use these in pair with Unizombie, because you're going to normal out Unizombie. Whatever you have in hand, so if you have Banshee in hand, discard Banshee, send Glow Up Bulb. If not, vice versa, you're going to send the other one. And that's going to be your main combo, because then you're going to use those 2. Get out one more. You're going to get out your Balderrock. Then you're going to link your Balderrock and your Unizombie. You're going to go Vampire Sucker, and you get your Balderrock back. Then you have Zombie World on field. And you're sitting pretty chill, especially with the chop cards you're going to have in your back row. Shiranui Solitaire, Stender. Then you have your Vampire Fraulein, which is really good when you're going to OTK. Because you send her, especially if you Super Poly in something like Nether Soul Dragon, because then you attack, send her, get her effect off, do damage. Well, no, she special summons herself out. Then you attack with her, and then you get a token. He special summons the token, you attack with token. That's going to be game. So, good card. Plus, if you have her and Sucker on the field, it leads into your Vampire engine, and then you can use the trap cards, Vampire's Domain, which is obviously your... I don't really even know what to call this section of counter traps. Necessarily, because each deck seems to have their own counter trap nowadays, but it's going to negate monster effects, power traps, and then if it was a monster card, you gain life once equal to its original attack, which is really good in time. Then 3 Rivalry, because if you have Zombie World on the field, you flip Rivalry, your opponent can't get anything out except for zombie monsters, and unless you're going against zombies or Eldritch, they're going to be having a hard time. 3 Evenly Match, because nobody expects the main deck evenly match, and then when you get out your Eldritch, you can just send this. So that way you can beef up your Eldritch, because you're not necessarily going to be using like 3 Evenly Match every duel. And then 3 Dark Ruler No More, because Dark Ruler No More says no more. And then you can just go in for your OTK or something like Fraulein. 1 Call by the Grave. I would consider running 3 Drag Down to the Grave, because then you can send more of your extenders like Banshee or Glow Up Bloom or Mizuki. So definitely keep that in mind. If I were you and you had them, throw those in. Then the 1 Foolish Burial, because sending Mizuki and other extenders. 3 Super Poly, because obviously if you have Zombie World on the board, everything becomes a zombie, and then you can pretty much make your Nether Soul Dragon. If they're dark, obviously Starving Venom or any other Super Poly target. Then, final card, 3 Zombie World. Obviously, because you're playing Zombie World, that's the point of the deck. And this is your field spell, turns everything in the field and grave into zombie monsters on your and your opponent's field. Getting into the extra deck, run 3 copies of Vampire Sucker, because then you get to extend, you get a monster from your opponent's graveyard if you're going second. And then if it's a zombie monster, Balderrock, summon from the graveyard, you get a draw, so you get to go plus. Then you got 1 Avenged Savior, just kind of there as your, extra zombie in the extra deck. You do run Extravagance in the side deck for extending, or you could run it in the main deck if you really wanted to. That's kind of up to personal preference. 2 Anima, because taking your opponent's things is nice. Let's see. 1 Earth Golem. This you could probably side out now that frickin' rocks are not in. Of course, Cybers and Link monsters that can get rid of a lot, especially access code. Then you got Starving Venom. And then you have 3 Nether Soul Dragon for your zombie super poly target, and then you have 2 Mud Dragon of the swamp. Now, if there's anything I could recommend for the extra deck, of course, Dogma's still in, so Entis or the Nova Mechaba combo is always plausible. Just because this deck doesn't rely too heavily on the extra deck, aside from Vampire Sucker and Nether Soul Dragon. But yeah, that is going to be it, guys, for the deck profile. I hope you enjoyed. Shout outs to my boy, and yeah, peace.